Hi everyone, it's me Sergio, and I just wanted to do a quick, tutorial or something, to show you guys how I edit this picture that I just recently posted. Because everybody keeps kind of wanting to know, like, how I made it so bright, because it was like this. Oops, let me see. It was like this before, and this was the after. So before and after. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just reset this. I'm going to go through the whole thing of how I went through it the first time. So I wanted to make sure there was some contrast because you can see it's really like foggy, gloomy, kind of flat. And you can see in the histogram it's pretty flat. So I just brought in some contrast. Let's do, well, it was 13, so I'll just put it back on 13. And you can see already that it's bringing a little bit of contrast back. It's still not enough. We're still not fully there yet, obviously. The whites, and bring it up a good bit so I can make it a bright image. So 68, I mean. And then so I wanted, just to make it pretty bright and whatnot. And then the blacks, it felt really flat still, so you can see it's like really up. So I wanted to bring some of that black detail back and just make it contrasty so it's more interesting. So I brought it to negative 55. And then, okay. So there's the before and after right now, and we're still gonna process it, so we're not done yet. So from there, I clicked the colors, and I wanted to go to the aquas, and I brought them up a good bit. 40 seemed fine to me, so I'm just gonna put it back at 40. And then I messed with some of the blues because I really wanted to get that color to pop from right here in this water. So I brought that up to 25. Let's see, I'm bringing it up to 25. So really, this is a really simple edit, you guys. So I went to the lens correction, and I went to enable profile correction. So Lightroom already knows that I shot with the 50 millimeter 1.8. It already knows in its software, I guess. So that's what it fixed some. You can see the difference. You can see that it took off some of the vignette, and see from the sides, and then some of the distortion on the edges too. Because I was shooting. Oh, actually, I thought I was shooting at 1.8, but still, it was bringing in a little bit of vignette. It would have been worse if I would have shot at 1.8. Would have brought some more vignette. Wouldn't have been that bad though. But so what I did next was I wanted to make that water still kind of pop. So I brought up my contrast to 9 and my saturation to 20, so I can make that water come out. And I clicked A so I can put the automatic, actually it's already on, but A can put it on and off, or you can just click it. And I want to select that blue water. I'm going to click O, or you can just click, or you can just click show selected mask overlay. And I want to just try to stay within the blue. I don't mind if it gets in a little bit of the rock, but not too much. Oh, let's see, like that. Kind of back I did Command Z, or you can do Control Z if you're on a PC. And I'll come back and fix some of that. But for now, I just want to get some of the edges. And I try to avoid getting some of that rock, but I'll have to come back and fix it later. I don't want to stay too much on there. If I were to have more time, I would just stick on it, but I already edited it anyways before, and I saved it how I wanted. So I'm going to go into here. I'm going to try to avoid that white part of it and let it stay white. So I only want to affect mostly the blues, or the dark blues, light blues or dark blues, I guess, aqua color. And I'm going to take off the auto mask, and I'm just going to brush, because this part I don't really care if it gets affected. So like this black part right here, I don't really care if it gets affected. It's going a little slow. Let's see. Catch up, Lightroom. No, that's being weird. Okay. So I'll try to get some of that. And then there's some missing right here. And I'll get some of this right here. So now that I'm pretty much done, I'm going to start erasing some of that fall off, I guess you can say. I'm going to take it off from this white part of it. I want it to kind of stay a little bit white. I want it to get off the white sand and the rocks. And I'll just leave it a little bit feathered so that it can gradually take off what I don't want. And I'm going to take it off from here. Make my brush a little bit bigger so I can kind of feather it a little more. Oops. I want to feather my eraser into the water a little bit. And I'm going to try to select some of this right here. I'm not going to try to spend too much time on it. I'm just going to do there. Okay. So now we can see how it looks before I did this brush and after. So you can see it added a little bit more color, more contrast, and that's pretty much it. That's all I did.